She blocked you everywhere, won't return your calls, acts like you never existed. But what if I told you there are 3 psychological triggers hardwired into human nature that can completely flip the script? That can make her think about you obsessively, even when she's trying her hardest not to. Look, I'm about to share some seriously powerful stuff here. Use this wisely. Because once you understand how the female mind really works, there's no going back. What's up, everyone? And in the next few minutes, I'm going to break down 3 psychological concepts that might help you understand what happens in someone's mind after a breakup. These aren't magic tricks, but they're based on real human psychology that we all experience. First things first, hit that like button if you've ever wondered why breakups mess with your head so much. Because understanding this stuff can actually help you process what you're going through. Here's something interesting. When someone says they never want to see you again, there's often a complex emotional process happening underneath. People rarely have completely black and white feelings about relationships, especially ones that meant something to them. The human brain doesn't just flip a switch and stop caring. Even when we want to move on, our minds often work against us. So let me break down these 3 psychological patterns that influence how people think about past relationships. The first one is called the Zeigarnik effect. This is when our brains obsess over unfinished business. Incomplete tasks, unresolved conflicts, conversations that ended abruptly. Your mind literally can't let them go. Think about it. When you binge watch a TV show, you can forget about it pretty easily once the season ends. But if it ends on a massive cliffhanger, you're thinking about it for weeks. The same thing happens with relationships. If things ended with drama, screaming matches, or just fizzled out without real closure, her brain is going to keep coming back to it, even when she doesn't want to. But here's where most guys mess this up completely. They think this means they should keep texting, keep explaining, keep trying to get that closure conversation. Wrong move. The power of unfinished business only works when there's actual space for the mind to wander back to it. If you're constantly in her face, you're not unfinished business. You're just annoying. So what do you actually do with this? You create a clean break, but you leave one small thread loose, not desperate breadcrumbs, something genuine that makes her wonder. Maybe it's mentioning that thing you never got to tell her. Maybe it's acknowledging something you realized about yourself since the breakup, something that makes her curious about what that conversation would actually look like. But then, and this is critical, you back off completely. You let her brain do what brains do with unfinished stories. They keep writing them in her head. We're hardwired to pay attention when other people find someone valuable. It's why restaurants put fake busy signs outside empty establishments. It's why dating apps show you when someone is popular. Your ex is not immune to this. When she sees that you're doing well, that other people enjoy being around you, that you've become someone worth knowing, something shifts in her perception. But most guys approach this completely wrong. They try to make her jealous by posting thirst traps or obviously flirting with other girls online. This screams desperation and usually backfires. Real social proof is subtle. It's you genuinely improving your life and other people naturally noticing. It's you becoming funnier, more interesting, more confident. It's you having experiences that make people want to be around you. When she sees you're not sitting at home crying over her, when she sees you've become someone even better than when you were together, her brain starts asking questions it wasn't asking before. Wait, did I give up something good? Was there more to him than I realized? Why do all these people seem to think he's amazing? Here's the thing, though. This only works if it's genuine. You can't fake becoming a better person. You actually have to do the work. Hit the gym, pick up new hobbies, work on your career, develop your social skills. The irony is that by the time you've actually done this work, you might not even want her back anymore. But that's kind of the point. Now, the third trigger is probably the most counterintuitive, and it's called reactance theory. Basically, when someone feels like their freedom is being threatened, they automatically want to rebel against that threat. Every text you send begging her to come back, every time you show up uninvited, every mutual friend you try to use as a messenger, you're triggering this response. Her brain interprets your behavior as pressure, and pressure creates an equal and opposite reaction. She starts thinking things like, "See, this is exactly why we broke up. He's so needy. I made the right choice." But here's what's fascinating. When you completely remove that pressure, when you stop trying to convince her of anything, something interesting happens. That reactance energy has nowhere to go.